viewers and random Star Trek fans, to celebrate the release of Star Trek Into Darkness this weekend, I've decided to take a look back at the Command Collection James T. Kirk figure, which was originally released back in 2009. And here it is in its packaging. Now, the box is very basic. We have the Star Trek logo at the top, with Command Collection Kirk written at the bottom, and a list of its accessories including a utility belt, a phaser, and a communicator. The Starfleet logo is also emblazoned on the box, and the figure is fully articulated and posable. Fortunately, the packaging includes a large window at the front, which displays the figure nicely, and also includes additional stylized windows on the sides and top should you wish to keep the figure in its box when it's up on display. The bottom just contains the usual legal garb, while the back again is very basic, with just a large picture of the figure, the "To Boldly Go" speech at the top, a list of the figure's features, and some of the other figures in the range. So that does it for the packaging. Let's move on and talk about the actual figure itself. Okay, so here we are. The face sculpt does look nice. I like the detail on there. The eyebrows, the eyes, and shape of the mouth and nose do look really good. It's just a shame that it doesn't really look all that much like Chris Pine. The ears look great, as does the sculpt of the hair. You can see the brush strokes moulded into it, and the paint is nice as well, although it is lacking around the actual hairline. Moving on to the torso, the figure is wearing this yellow shirt, which is actually made from fabric, and the material itself looks very similar to the actual shirt seen in the movie, with these strips on either side, the pattern of the material, and even this little silver Starfleet badge on his chest. The sleeves look good as well, and even have those 3 silver rings on the wrists. The hands are made of solid plastic, with some detailing on the figures, but not much. It does look as though he's wearing a black t-shirt under the actual shirt, but he's not. And I really don't like this Velcro strip at the back. It detracts from its overall look, and I would have preferred it if it just wasn't there. We also have his belt containing his communicator and phaser, more on those later. The trousers are again made from fabric and are brown, but I remember them being a much darker colour than this in the movie. They do look great, however, with some nice stitching on these straps just above his knees. The boots are made from moulded rigid plastic and do contain some detail, such as some creases and wrinkles on the sides and a little copper buckle on the strap at the top of the boot. I particularly like the detail on the bottom of the boots. There's a little peg hole there as well, but there's also a little Starfleet logo hidden in there too. So for detail, it is nice, but the face sculpt could have looked far better. Taking a look at articulation, the head can do the full Exorcist twist through 360 degrees. Additionally, it can also nod up and down and move side to side. The arms could spin through 360 at the shoulder, but are hindered by the clothing. However, they can lift up and down through pretty much 100 degrees. There is a 90-degree bend at the elbow, and the forearm can spin through a 360 at this joint as well. There is also another 360 on the wrist. There is no waist articulation, but we do get some ab articulation, allowing the upper body to move back and forward slightly, and it can also spin through a 360. The leg can kick forward to 90 degrees at the hip and move back to 45 degrees, and can also do the splits. The knee has another 90-degree bend, and finally there's another 360 at the top of the boot. So the figure does have a lot of articulation. When it comes to accessories, Kirk's belt is removable as it's held onto the figure with 2 little pegs at the back. It contains 2 holsters, one for his phaser and the other for his communicator, and fortunately both are removable. The communicator is detailed nicely. We have that blue spherical section at the top and a rough indent of the Starfleet badge below it, but unfortunately it doesn't open. However, it can easily fit into either of the figure's hands and can be posed as though he's speaking into it. The phaser looks excellent. It's coated in this chrome silver paint, which really sets it off. The detail is spot on, including the various slits, indents and sections seen on the actual prop. We also get the blue stun and red kill barrels, but these are static, meaning the phaser is forever set to stun mode. Again, just like the communicator, the phaser can be held in either hand, and Kirk can be presented in a number of different poses while holding it. The figure also comes with this base, which is moulded into the shape of the Starfleet logo. While it does look nice, I feel that some additional paint apps would have really set it off. Kirk can easily slot onto it via the peg hole on the bottom of his boot, and it provides a sturdy base for the figure when it's up on display. So, overall, what do I think of this figure? Well, I really like it. For the most part, the paint apps and sculpting look great, but the face could have done with a little more work to resemble Chris Pine, and some more attention could have been given to the paint apps on the hair. The clothing looks excellent and doesn't suffer from that Barbie doll effect of clothing looking too big or baggy for the actual figure to wear. The articulation is great and allows you to have Kirk adorn your shelf or desk in a wide variety of poses. The accessories are likewise awesome. The phaser looks incredible, but I do wish that the barrels had that ability to rotate, but if anything, that's just a minor annoyance for me, just like the inability to open the communicator. But both accessories look great and have a nice scale to them and can fit easily into Kirk's belt. The inclusion of the base is an added bonus and restricts the figure from falling and breaking, although it could have used a small touch of paint to make it look less plastic and cheap. I would recommend this for Star Trek fans who can look past the poor face sculpt, and would definitely recommend this for kids. And so that brings me to the end of this review. Thank you very much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, there are plenty more reviews online. Thank you again for watching, and remember to keep following the nerd. Goodbye.